So you can't get much more famous than Father Abraham. Most people know that Abraham lived much of his life in modern-day Israel and Palestine, but fewer people know where he came from. Genesis 11:31 says Abraham went forth from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. Ur? Yep, you heard correctly. He really came from a place called Ur. Okay, so where's Ur? Well, until the mid-19th century, many claimed that Ur didn't really exist. That was until 1854, when Sir Leonard Woolley, Woolley by name but not by nature, discovered it. These artifacts in room 56 of the British Museum are from Ur in southern Iraq and date back 4,500 years. It is amazing to think that Abraham himself might have seen these before he made his epic journey to the land God promised him. The next character in our Who's Who of famous Jews is called King Ahab. According to the Bible, Ahab ruled the northern kingdom of Israel and was not a very nice guy. He's perhaps better known for being married to a woman called Jezebel and for having several standoffs with the prophet Elijah. But did he really exist? Well, according to this ancient Assyrian stele, he did. This stone tablet in room 6 records how, in 853 BC, 12 kings, including Ahab, joined forces to fight against the king of Assyria, Shalmaneser III. So that's pretty clear then. Next in our Who's Who is a lesser known king called Jehu. According to 2 Kings 9 and 10, Jehu was a military captain under Ahab who became king after Ahaziah, Ahab's son, and went on to kill all of Ahab's descendants. But was he real? Well, we actually have the nearest possible thing to photographic evidence. This black obelisk depicts Jehu paying homage to Shalmaneser III, king of Assyria, to try and gain his favour. The writing on the obelisk records how Shalmaneser received from him silver, gold, a golden bowl, golden goblets, pictures of gold, that's a lot of gold, tin, and a staff for the hand of the king. Not to my taste, I'd rather have a car or a MacBook Pro. But this is the only known image of a Hebrew king anywhere in the world. Next up, Daniel. You know about Daniel and the Lion's Den, right? A made-up children's story set in a mythical city called Babylon. Except, you guessed it, it wasn't mythical. These days you can drive from Baghdad to the Babylonian archaeological site in 1 hour and 15 minutes by the fastest route despite usual traffic. This panel, on loan from Berlin, was once part of King Nebuchadnezzar II's throne room in ancient Babylon. That means that Daniel will have seen this panel when he went to interpret King Nebuchadnezzar's dreams. Now, technically not Jewish, but another Bible character to mention is King Cyrus. Cyrus was king of the Medo-Persian Empire after the fall of the Babylonian Empire in 539 BC. Ezra 1 1-3 records how the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus so that he made a proclamation saying to the effect that God had charged him to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem and that the Jews that had been carried off to Babylon could return to Jerusalem. Scholars attacked the idea that a 6th century BC Persian emperor would release captive peoples and give them freedom to pursue their own religion. That was until this cylinder was discovered, which says that Cyrus returned to the sacred cities on the other side of the Tigris, the images which once lived in them, and established for them permanent sanctuaries. He also gathered their former inhabitants and returned them. So that is, he sent exiled peoples, along with their religious relics, back to their homelands to rebuild their temples. The Bible won, skeptics nil. Personally, I think these last two, in room 52, are the most cool. This panel is from the citadel of Susa, which is where the capital of the Persian Empire moved to after Babylon. Queen Esther, from the Feast of Purim, would have walked past this picture from the time she became queen to King Xerxes in 479 BC. And last but not least, in fact probably best of all, this royal drinking bowl bears the inscription, Artaxerxes, the great king, king of kings, king of countries, son of Xerxes the king. So he's a king then. Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 1 says, "In the 20th year of King Artaxerxes, when wine was before him, I took up the wine and gave it to the king." Why was Nehemiah doing that? Well, the previous verse explains. Now I was cupbearer to the king. Nehemiah, one of the last Old Testament heroes, almost certainly handled this very drinking bowl when acting as the king's cupbearer. In terms of notoriety, this is the original Batmobile of Bible memorabilia. So there you have it, 6 famous Jews, 1 token Gentile, and a lot of evidence for the accuracy of the Old Testament. Well worth a trip to the British Museum.